Congaree Riverfront in Columbia has become a gem in the state of South Carolina in the last 2 decades. Its scenic views and rich history have attracted visitors, eco-tourists, and investors alike. Those views will be obstructed in the coming years by a stone coffer dam that will snake nearly a mile downstream between the Gervais and Blossom Street bridges. The dam, constructed by SCANA will split the river in two at the heart of the city. SCANA's $18.5 million project is being considered by state and federal environmental regulators after Bill Thomas, a kayak instructor from Columbia, South Carolina, discovered the black gooey substance on the bottom of the river.
Toward the end of one of our trips in May of 2010, I had a group out there and I waded out into the water to do these instructions, and first I noticed the smell, and then I felt the sticky substance all over my feet and all over my river sandals. And when I got out of the water, I could see that there was a lot of just this gooey black gunk, the smelly substance all over my feet. It smelled strongly of petroleum.
The tar came from a power plant that closed in 1954, before there were national pollution standards. SCANA estimates that there is 40,000 tons of tar in the river today.
I try to stay away from the specific spot where I know it to be. We'll go maybe 30 or 40 feet downstream of it, or somewhere else if we can, but in that general area where the water's still warm. But like I said, frequently when I'm down there, I still see splotches of oil or gasoline or petroleum substance at the surface, and the smell is still pretty obvious at times.
Since the tar was discovered, DHEC has posted signs warning swimmers to stay out of the water that is contaminated with more than a dozen chemicals, including benzene, a chemical linked to cancer. Tar is not the only thing hidden beneath the Congaree River.
There is an enormous stockpile of 1860s ordnance in the river. There's over 1,200,000 rounds of small arms ammunition alone. That's going to be an awful lot of weight.
SCANA would not acknowledge the likelihood of military ordnance under the tar cap. South Carolina's underwater archaeologist James Spyrick is not persuaded that massive amounts of Civil War armaments will be found. Local lore in a February 17, 1865 inventory of rebel ordnance captured by William Tecumseh Sherman indicate otherwise.
Well, this local sort of feeling and legend is actually based on some very solid history. Columbia was both an arms manufacturing city for the Confederacy as well as a depot and storage place for weapons. And these things, after they were captured by Sherman's army, a great number of these things were actually deliberately dumped into the river to get rid of them. These would be armaments that would not be available to the Confederacy during the final few big battles which were still to come.